Hey, hi guys. Today we'll understand the throw keyword. So far we have completed try, catch and finally block. So today we'll see throw keyword. What is the throw keyword? Throw keyword in Java is used to explicitly throw an exception from a method or any block of code. Throw keyword is mainly used to throw custom exception. User can create a custom exception and they can throw it explicitly. So we'll see in the programming, but first I'll write definition so that it will be easy for you to understand. The throw keyword in Java is used to explicitly throw an exception from a method or any block of code. We can throw either checked exception, checked or unchecked exception, but mainly it is used for the unchecked exception, not for the checked exception, but we can create both of them. Either we can create a checked exception or we can create a unchecked exception, but basically we use for the unchecked exception. The throw keyword is mainly used to throw custom exception, right? So this is the definition. The throw keyword in Java is used to explicitly throw an exception from a method or any block of code. We can throw either checked or unchecked exception, but usually we will prefer to throw an exception, unchecked exception, right? The throw keyword is mainly used to throw a custom exception. We'll see in the programming what is the custom exception. In the custom exception means user or programmer can create an exception class and they can throw it explicitly. We'll see in the coding. And syntax will see. Syntax will be like this: throw and then instance. So this is a syntax of throw keyword. So what is the instance? How we can create a instance. So for example, we can use this throw keyword and then we can create an instance with the help of new keyword. So new keyword and then here we can write the exception class name. Let's say I'm giving arithmetic exception. This is an exception class name. And so here you can give the predefined exception class name or you can create any exception class and you can give that exception class name which you have created, right? And here you can put the description what you want to throw it. So let's say here you can put the description like this: by 0, or any message you can put it here which you want to throw it, right? This is a description message will be there. So this is the syntax of throw keyword. Means throw keyword will be there and this is an instance, right? This is an instance. So this throw keyword is followed by instance, not a class, right? So we can say throw keyword is followed by an instance. And how we are creating an instance? With the help of this new keyword. New keyword and then exception class name, and then here we are putting the description which we want to throw it, right? So this is the definition of throw keyword. Now I will create one program and then I will make you understand through programming. So I will create one class name. So let's say class name I am creating with the name of throw keyword. So before this class, I will create one custom exception class. I will create one exception class. So let's say I'm creating one class by the name of young age exception. So let me explain you first why I'm creating with this name young age exception, why am I creating this class? So that let's suppose that my age is below 18 and I want to give vote, but programmer doesn't want to make them a vote whose age is below 18. Programmer will throw an exception if someone's age is below 18. It will throw an exception that you are not eligible to give vote, right? So this is a real time example. So I am going to show you through programming. So let's say I have created one class with the name of young age exception. This is an exception class which I am going to create, right? And extends runtime exception. Runtime exception. So it extend to runtime exception. Why I am using this runtime exception? Because so that it can throw only unchecked exception. Because if I use here exception, then it can throw only checked exception. But this custom exception or throw keyword is used for the unchecked exception. Mainly it is used for the unchecked exception. So that's why here I am taking this runtime exception class. If I'll take a superclass of this runtime exception, if I'll put here exception instead of runtime exception, then it will by default take a checked exception. But we don't want to take a checked exception, so that's why we are putting here runtime exception. So here it is extending to runtime exception. Now I will create one constructor and here I will pass some argument string message, let's say, and it will return super message. So this is a exception class which we have created, which will be created by the programmer. This is the exception class. How we will use this exception class, we'll see further. So let's say I have created one another class as well. Here I will create one main method and now I will take one integer variable age is equal to, let's suppose that 60. Else what we can do, we can take a input from user. So how we can take a input from user instead of taking like this? So I will use the scanner class to take a input from user, or you can say take a input from system. So here we will have to use scanner class is equal to new scanner class system dot in. Now we will have to import it. So how you can import? Here we can import java dot util scanner. So this scanner class is belongs to this util package, util dot scanner. Scanner is a class name, util is a package name. So this is a predefined package and this scanner is a predefined class. So since it is a predefined class, we are creating an object, right? So now with the help of this reference variable, we'll take a input. Next, int. Now we can store in int age variable, right? And here we can pass some message as well. Sys out. And here I want to give an message. Here I want to give a message that enter your age. So now we are taking an input from user with the help of this scanner class, right? Now I will put one condition. If age is less than 18, then they cannot give a vote. If age is below 18, then it will throw an exception and those people cannot give vote. It will give one statement. It will give you a message that you are not eligible to vote. Else, if you are above 18, then you are eligible to give a vote. So it will throw a message, you are eligible for vote. So as of now, I have not used any throw keyword here. Just I have created one exception class, but I have not used any throw keyword. But this is a simple program, right? Simple program I have created. But what programmer want if someone is below 18, then my program will throw an exception explicitly. So how we can use throw keyword? Instead of this, let me create first throw. This is a syntax, right? Throw new. Throw is a keyword. Now we are going to create one instance. How we can create an instance? With the help of this new keyword. New and then class name, exception class name. So exception class name we already have created here. This is exception class name. So either you can take predefined exception class name or you can create any custom exception and you can take this exception here, exception class name, and then here you can put the description or message which you want to throw it. And with this throw keyword we cannot put any syntax. See, it has started giving an error, right? See, unreachable code. So once you are using throw keyword, then you cannot use any statement. See, it has started giving an error, unreachable code. So with this throw keyword, we cannot use this statement. We will have to remove it. So now programmer is throwing an exception explicitly. So programmer has created one exception class. This is exception class, custom exception class, which is created by the programmer, right? And here exceptionally programmer is throwing an exception. Programmer is saying if age is below 18, then this exception will throw. It will throw only, it will not handle. So for handling a exception, you will have to use try and catch block. This throw keyword, it will just throw an exception. So programmer is saying if someone's age is below 18 and programmer doesn't want to make them vote whose age is below 18, right? So it is throwing an exception. This is a custom exception, we can say, which is created by the programmer. And if someone's age is above 18, then they can give a vote, right? So as of now, if I'll run this program, let's run this program and see the output. See, it is saying enter your age. Let's say I am entering my age 28. So it is saying you are eligible for vote, right? But again, if I'll run this program and now if I'll give below 18 age. Let's say I am giving my age 17 years. So if I'll give 17, then it will throw an exception. See? So what is happening here? This throw, right? This this exception class, this exception class will create exception object, right? And this message will pass to this constructor, this this constructor, this constructor. That message will pass to this constructor, and this constructor will pass to default exception handler, and that default exception handler will throw an exception along with the class name, description, and stack trace, means the line number of code where exception is throwing. If I'll put any message here, let's say sys out, and here I want to say hello, and if I'll run this program, then this hello will not print. Let's say I'm giving my age 16 years, right? So again, it is throwing an exception. It is terminating the program where exception is occurring. And this exception we are getting by default. The default exception handler throwing an exception along with these three things. One is class name. It is throwing a class name, and the description which we have passed, you are not eligible to vote. And thirdly, that stack trace means the line number of code where exception is occurring, right? So throw keyword will throw an exception, and it will be thrown by the programmer only. Here programmer is throwing an exception explicitly, and this is a custom exception which we are throwing. This is a custom exception. So either you can create your own exception class and you can use that exception class, else you can use the predefined exception class. Likewise, here in the syntax we have used this predefined exception class name. So there are two things: either you can use the predefined exception class name, or you can create your own exception class and you can use that your own exception class, and you can put the message description which you want to throw it. So this throw keyword only will throw an exception, but it will not handle the exception. So if I want to run my remaining code as well, then it will not run my remaining code. If any exception is occurring, then by default JVM will terminate the program there only, right? So if you want to run these remaining code as well, then you will have to handle your exception. How you can handle your exception? With the help of try and catch blocks. So as we know, here exception can occur, then I will keep this code under the try block. I will keep this code under the try block. So till here I am using the try. So these line number of code I am putting inside the try block, because here I know exception can occur. So where you have a suspicion that exception can occur, then those code you can keep inside the try block. And now I will use a catch, and here I will take a superclass exception e, and here I will use a method of exception e print stack trace. Why am I using this print stack trace? So that we can get all three things: exception class name, description, and stack trace, the line number of code where exception is occurring. So that's the reason we are using this method, right? Now it will not throw an exception. It is handled by this try and catch block. Now if I'll run this program, then my remaining code will be executed. So let me run this program once again. See, if I'll put my age 16 again, then it is throwing an exception, and still it is executing my remaining code, these remaining code, right? So this print stack trace method is giving three things. One is class name, exception class name, and then description. Second thing, description, it is showing you the description which you have entered here, those description it is showing here, right? And third thing is stack trace means the line number of code where exception is occurring, means line number of 27 where exception is occurring. 27 here explicitly programmer is throwing an exception. So this is how we use throw keyword. Let me re-explain it so that it will be easy for you to understand. So see, this is the definition. So if someone asks why we use throw keyword, so you can say throw keyword in Java is used to explicitly throw an exception from a method or any block, and it is used for the custom exception. Custom exception means where programmer can create their own exception and they can throw it explicitly. And this is a syntax: throw keyword and then instance. So what is the meaning of instance? Means we are using new keyword. So this new keyword is an instance. So here we can use the throw keyword and then new keyword, and then here we can keep the exception class name. So here you can use either existing exception class name, or you can create your own exception class and you can use it. And here you can pass the description which you want to throw it, right? So here I have created my own exception class, and I have created one simple program where I'm taking an input from scanner class, taking an input from user, and here I want if someone's age is below 18, then they are not eligible to give vote. So if they are not eligible to give a vote, then I am throwing one exception explicitly. This is my custom exception. So how I'm throwing? So I'm using this throw keyword and then new keyword and then my own exception class which I have created. I'm taking it, and then here I'm putting some message which I want to throw it. But but if someone's age is above 18, then they are eligible to vote. But once it will throw an exception, then my remaining code will not be executed. So we will have to handle these exception, since we know that here exception can occur. So that's why these kind of code we are keeping inside the try block, and here we are handling alternately, right? So that my remaining code will be executed, right? So this throw keyword is followed by instance, and it is used for the unchecked exception. And this throw keyword we can use inside the method only. We are using this throw keyword inside the method. This is a main method. Under this main method, we are creating this throw keyword. So either main method or any simple method, we can create a throw keyword. So this throw keyword is followed by the instance because we are using this new keyword. Second thing, this throw keyword we are using inside the method, right? And third thing, it is used for the custom exception, or we can say, and it is used for the unchecked exception. So three things we have seen here. So this is throw keyword. So throw keyword is used for the custom exception where programmer can create their own exception class and they can throw it exceptionally, explicitly, right? So I hope you understand. Thank you so much. If you have any doubt, you can put in the comment. I will reply you. Thank you so much, guys.